Welcome back to Wrestling with Ski. Today we're getting into the recap of last night's Monday Night Raw, which didn't completely suck. I will give them that. Didn't completely suck. Some of it, I wish they would have just done away with completely. Nothing you could do about that. No ways hope they'd get rid of some stuff, or just changed up just a little bit. Would have made like a world of difference in the situation. But now they went with it. So it is what it is. We got to see how they play it out in Riyadh. But night starts out with Charlotte coming to the ring, doing a normal Charlotte shtick, complaining because, there wasn't balloons and the whole world wasn't there to, wish her goodbye on the apron and celebrate her and blah, da, 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 da. And she plays the heel, make everyone hate her thing so well. So I'm not complaining about it at all. Just saying she did her normal shtick. And that led to Bianca coming out, which, again, she can go, she can talk, she connects with people, and she's over, which, like, really over from the pop she was getting no matter where she goes. Like, it's a good thing. We needed some, it's just another person that can do all of those things. And look how long she's been doing. She could talk better than people that have been doing it for much, much longer, which is a very, very good thing. But she came out, gave her piece. There was normal idiocy before, it ended. Charlotte goes after her. She countered and goes for a KOD. Charlotte wiggles her way out. The normal shtick between them all, which then leads to Charlotte later getting in Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville's face. The usual. And complaining that they didn't ask her if she wanted to do this. She didn't request the title rematch, any of that. Not about abuse of power, like whatever. The normal, like, heel thing to do. And again, she does it so, so well. Not the last time we'll see her for the night because she was in the main event, but they did it so, so well that I can't complain. Like, that was perfect. If that's like the last time we do see her on Raw, which I don't believe it's going to be the last time we see her on Raw, it's a perfect way to go out, throwing a hissy fit, all that, running her mouth, everything. It was a good send off, and she still was her to a T. And then we get to see what she does when she moves to Friday nights on SmackDown. I think it'll be phenomenal stuff. I just hope that it's not always champion, and she could do some stuff to work with other people to put them over, to really literally like put people in title spots and see what they could do. Because she could still work with a lot of people and make a lot of people look, better. I think that I'd just like to see that, but that's just me personally. But moving on, Xavier Woods with Kofi defeats Jinder Mahal with Beer and Shanky, who, again, the only good thing about Shanky was when Drew pummeled him with that chair repeatedly, no matter how many times people said they don't like it, but he picks up the win against Jinder. So now he's going to face Finn at Crown Jewel in the finals for King of the Ring. And I'm just most excited about that for Xavier, because most of the time during all their title runs, he was a good hype man. He could talk. He had Francesca on the outside. Like, he was always there, but everyone that watched it will admit he was very rarely the guy in the title match. And so far, from all the New Day stuff, we had Kofi Mania where they were there supporting him, and they had matches to help get him to that spot while they kept doing it. They played the story well, and Xavier held his own. That was Kofi's moment, and Kofi got his big thing after being there forever, and it was a big moment for the New Day because they actually put the title on. I don't want to get into how it ended. I thought that was just dirty how they did him, but it was really good to see Kofi have the moment. Now Big E got the Money in the Bank when he was alone. Him and catching on Raw got the title. He was, got his big singles thing, and he's doing great with it. It's about time. I thought that was long overdue. But now here's Xavier. Whether he wins or not, he's going to have a great match against Finn over in Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel. Do I think they're going to regardless of how it turns out, if he ends up being the king, then they could spin it to, two kings on SmackDown, him and the New Day, and with Kofi. And they could do something against Nakamura and Books to be the real king. Finn, he can go from being, Prince to being King Balor. And we can see what they do with that. Like either way, it goes good. But regardless of how it ends up and all the stuff they could do, it's just good for me personally to finally see, after everyone else in the New Day, for how over they were, how much merchandise they moved, how much everything they did, all the Smack Team title runs. And we know he's going to have more title, chances with Kofi against the Usos just because their chemistry together. We know the matches they could put on, so it's going to happen. But Kofi got his moment forever ago. Big E just had his, and it's good just to see Xavier finally get his moment, regardless of how it turns out. I think he's going to show out. I think it's going to be a good match. I think it's going to be the greatest match ever. No, but can he put on a match? Yes. Is he entertaining? Yes. Is it good to finally see him after all the years of the New Day? So finally, at least just get some singles moment. Yes. Like it's really, really, it's about time for me. So regardless of how it ends up, I'm happy that he's getting his moment, regardless again how it turns out against Finn. I think it's going to be a great match, and it's long overdue for Xavier to at least just be there, regardless of if he wins. Like this is about him. So I think that's going to be really, really exciting. And I look forward to see what they do. And again, I'm just happy to see him get his moment. He deserves it. They've been putting out for a long time, the New Day, putting all those title reigns and all those everything together for years. So very happy for that. Austin Theory defeated Jeff Hardy. Then stopped and took a selfie with Jeff Lee, was laid out, and then Jeff turns the tables, gives him the twist of fate and takes selfies with him with the laid out Theory on Theory's phone. I'm over the selfie thing between him, Paige Van Zant, way back with Tyler Breeze and the selfie stick. I just don't like selfies. Never really a picture person until recently. I could take a great picture, didn't like doing it. And I think that can lead to really, really good things, though, as long as Theory keeps his head, on right. The management stays up on him. I just like seeing him, being serious and, more serious than he was down in NXT, even though he played that very, very, very well, like super well with The Way and Johnny and all of them. So I think it'll turn out better this time. I hope it turns out better. I mean, I saw him do anything before his WWE days and NXT. Like he was super talented. Like he's one of the most talented people on the planet. For how young he was, he's really, really good. I'd like to see what they do with it. I think they're going to do something. Yeah, I think they could lead to something good. And again, him and Jeff, now that he took the selfies on his phone, it's going to lead to something else. And we all know Jeff can go. He could have good matches. He could tell compelling stories. Like it could lead to good things to help expand, him just for a little bit. I wish Jeff would get more of a thing. But, it's not the way it goes. But granted, he's moving over to SmackDown. So we don't know where it goes. That could be Jeff's ending, Shalvo, with the whole thing. But Theory's super talented. So hopefully this time, all the stars align properly. His attitude's good. People making the decisions get along with him and think his attitude's good and he's on point. And I think he could be really, really good if he does. Just has to have all the cards on because he's super. He has the talent. I just don't like the selfie thing. I don't know. It hurts my brain incessantly. Really, really much. Really bad. Really, really much. A whole lot. But it's still good. And he's back on the main roster. So hopefully he makes the most of this second opportunity here. I didn't like his first one anyway. It didn't make any sense to me, but that's for another day. Which moves us on to Big E and Drew having their little thing where they got, I'll apologize for things getting out of hand the last couple of weeks in their tag matches. Big E does his Big E thing to get himself out to the ring in front of them. Drew flexes on it. Without feeling the power, Drew flexes. They do that. But those two against Ziggler and Rude, who can have matches with just about anybody, they had a good match. They got along. They tagged each other. Everything was fine. They said it's over tonight. And then they did all the ridiculous, overly aggressive handshaking thing. Drew reaches up, and then he goes to walk away, and he holds on to him. Like, all that stupid stuff we're going to find. I think they're going to have a great match, but Big E's walking out with it. I believe so. I don't think they'd end it now to send him over to SmackDown. If that title moved the Universal over, I just don't see it happening at all. I could be really, really wrong. I'm going to find out. But I still, again, Big E getting his shot. I think him and Drew are going to, put on a great match. Another good one to add to for both of them. Really, I mean, Drew's had a lot of good matches. Big E's just starting his singles thing, so I think that's going to be really, really good. And Ziggler and Rude still looked good in the process of losing that match because they're both really that good. So we'll see how it all goes. Again, the handshake thing and pulling each other back. Like I always hate when they do that because you can tell it's just so stupid and all that. Like maybe it's just me. I don't like it. I've never really liked it. I think it's overly drawn out and stupid. I think a lot of things are stupid, but moral is that let everything go, and they put out a match where it didn't end with them beating the hell out of each other. So it was good to see, and I think they're gonna have a good one. I think Drew and Big E are, Drew's gonna do right by Big E, and they're gonna have a great match. So that leads, I'm excited about it. I have to remember noon to have the TV on, Peacock on, more importantly, but that'll be a good one. Then moves on to Mansoor defeating Cedric Alexander with Shelton there. He's all celebrating. There comes, Mustafa Ali. Comes Ali. Down they haven't learned anything, la da da. And Mansoor cut the most aggressive, mean promo we've seen him do it because he's normally running around smiling. And he went off. It was great. Like he needed, and he did it very, very well. Like to see all that aggression, everything finally come out of him. He like hit it. I thought he hit it great. I could be wrong, but he knocked it out of the ballpark, in my opinion, which is really, really what he had to do. And they said everything in their native language, and I mean, the look on Ali's face after it was great. Like it was phenomenal. Like he played it so well. Whatever he said, he did it very, very well. And it was about time. But we all know, I mean, I have a hard time believing that Mansoor is going to lose in his hometown all the way over there. Like I have terrible time believing that, but I think they're going to, have one of the better matches of the night between their talent. And again, it was Ali's run until he got hurt, and then Kofi Mania came out of that. So he's talented. They all saw he was talented. I just don't see Mansoor losing in his hometown there, especially with everything that always happens in Saudi and all that. They want to give him, what they want there. So I think that's going to be a really good one. But him doing, showing that aggression finally, I think was necessary for, the character and for the match they were going into. So I was digging that. I was completely okay with it. And he did it well for a big smiling guy. It was good to see that crazy come out of him just for a little bit. That's all you need sometimes, just that little bit to get him. So I can't wait for that one again, just because of the talent in the ring. I think it'll be a hell of a match. I think it'll be really, really good. Might be able to steal the show. There's going to be a lot of good matches on there, but let those two go and actually give them time, especially in his hometown. It should be good. Now, can they pull the swerve and have Ali, beat him? Yes, but only time will tell, and I just don't see them doing it. We'll see. RK Bro versus Street Profits, great match. Again, the Street Profits are back. It just felt right seeing them on Raw. Hopefully it leads to, title runs. Everything just didn't feel right to me when they were over on SmackDown. So we'll see how they play that card. But after a good match was going, that ended in a no contest. When Omos makes his way down, the ramp, and Randy's sitting there, and then while he turns around, AJ jumps off. Yeah, phenomenal forearm to end it. It was just the usual that you expect. So this time Randy got put down a lot. We all know that our dear friend Riddle can take a whooping, so we're used to that. But Randy got a lot of them in there. I don't know how they're going to pull that. I just know that AJ's involved, Randy's involved, so it's going to be a good. Riddle can go and do all kinds of stuff. And Omos has gotten better. So I'm not going to take anything away from him. They keep showing more, and he's getting better. I think it's going to be great, actually. I don't know about great, but I think they're going to have much better match than anyone gives them credit for. It's going to be better than the last one, which was still good at SummerSlam. It's got to wait and see how they do it all, really. But I'm excited for it. I think RK Bro's going to hold on to him. I could be wrong. But right now, and I'm sure I could change my mind before we even get there, but I think that's how it's going to go. But it was a good segment all around. Did they overdo it with roundhouse kicks and all that stuff? Yes, but after all the RKOs that were had, it was good. Yeah, they turn around as fair play. So they did a good job with that. We'll see what they do. Doudrop defeated Shayna Baszler with Zelina Vega out there the whole time, yeah, with the crown on her head and all that. But Doudrop beats Shayna to advance to the Queen's Crown finals with turning the, Karavuda clutch, turn into a roll up and stealing one. And then Shayna sat there and didn't attack her, which I was waiting for. But that's her way out of Raw. And then she goes on to bigger things to SmackDown. Who knows? Because I still think they're going to do stuff with her, and they can. They wouldn't have had her sit there and attacking all those people if they weren't going to do something with her, unless they've completely changed her mind, which is a giant waste of time all across the board, I believe. But Zelina and Doudrop, I don't know how the hell they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to make it so it's something. But we'll see. I mean, the way Doudrop's going right now, I could see her getting it. Vega coming back. I mean, they've given her more of a push and more time than she had, like, as a competitor before they let her go. Again, they brought her back, but she did a good thing with managerial skills. And she was all over Raw during the pandemic with Andrade and Garza and all them. So she did that very well. I just don't know I really don't know. I think Doudrop's going to get it. They've been putting her over so well. So we'll wait and see. And I just don't see Zelina, how they're going to make it so you can believe it, unless there's some stupid stuff happening. But I think Doudrop's going to get it. I still think it's going to be a better match than anyone will give it credit for, and Zelina will look good. But the way they've been pushing Doudrop, I don't know. I don't see it ending with her not getting her arm raised. But hey, the first Queen's Crown tournament is going to come down to Doudrop and Zelina Vega. So those are two people, they're finally getting a big opportunity. I mean, Doudrop just came over, and they're getting the push there. And Zelina, again, I mean, competitor wise, you didn't really see a lot of it before. So it's good to see her getting her moment. I'm not taking anything away from that. Just got to wait and see what they do with it. Either way, I mean, they're making history in Saudi at Crown Jewel. And I want to, I'm looking forward to it just for the historical point. I mean, I think they could have put some other people in the thing, make it more of a thing, big thing, but everyone there, I mean, they're all getting their shots. Yeah, their shots. So we'll see what happens with it. I still think Doudrop's going to win. Moves us on to Balor defeating Mace, who, please just, drop the Mace thing, but Finn put on a match like Finn could. Xavier was out there, with the crown and all that the whole time. And then they had their interaction after, and Kofi came out to separate him, keep the peace, whatever you want to call it. Again, it was a good lead up. And I think for Xavier to have that big first singles moment, to have him out there with Finn, couldn't have done it any better if you tried. Because it's Finn. And he's going to put on a good match. He's safe. He's entertaining. He's over. I mean, like, it's going to be really good. Again, sadly, Mace, put on a good match, but Finn was, Finn's the star there, and Xavier's the star in this situation. Kofi came out to keep the peace, to save them for the match, but leading into it was good just to see Xavier again have his moments to get to do something when it was just him. Don't know how they're going to do it. Don't care how they're going to do it, as long as it isn't stupid. And whoever wins doesn't turn one of those stupid King characters, because some of them are just so ridiculous that it hurts your brain. And I kind of like my brain not hurting. So hopefully they don't do it, up too stupid. But regardless, it's good to see Xavier have his moment. He was out there the whole time during Finn's match. And Mace can still go. I just, gotta wait and see what they're gonna do with him now that he's split up from T-Bar, Dominic Dijakovic, whatever the hell you want to call him. So I'll see what they're gonna do with that one. But he was just there to fill space, really, sadly, in that match. So see. Again, I can't call the one. I really don't know. I'd like to call it, but I got nothing. Not yet, at least. Let's sit down and do some more pondering, and you'll know before it happens. But I don't know. It's weird. I got nothing. And then Bianca defeats Charlotte after a hell of a match. We all knew they were going to have via DQ, and Charlotte gets the chair. And by the end of it, Bianca turns tables with the chair on Charlotte. Again, they keep building her up so well. It was Charlotte's goodbye, so her going out with the chair like that made sense. And it brought the story where it needed to be. And then it leads to all the matches and the draft, and everything can stay the way it is. I'm looking forward to the match on Thursday. That's a damn fact. And again, I still don't have a pick for who's going to win that between, it's not going to be Bianca. Or is it? You never know with all that. They need to have a title for on Raw. So however they do it, I don't know. But I'm just looking forward to the good match. And again, they had a good match, Bianca and Charlotte there. It ended perfectly for her last night on Raw. I don't think it's going to be her last night forever on Raw, but character-wise and all that, it did what it had to do. It ended good. They both got their shots in. So we'll see what they do with it on Thursday. I'll get into that more tomorrow or Thursday morning. But overall, it was good. It was a good night. I mean, they're good matches. Some of them are just there, but they still put on good matches in those matches. The only other things to really was Bobby Lashley and his promo, because you almost believed him. Almost. I mean, there's some of it, you felt it. And there was other parts where it wasn't believable coming out of his mouth. And sadly, Goldberg was still talking about killing him on Thursday. I mean, we all know it's not going to happen. I just hope that they deliver a good match just from all the rhetoric and everything they've been spewing about killing people and all that. You're not going to be able to do it. So why keep going there? But it builds it, and hopefully they just maul each other. Like, that's all we need. Them just go out there and not like a short mauling, just go out there and beat the hell out of each other for longer than we all know Goldberg could. And I think we'll be okay. So we'll see how that works out. But all that rhetoric sucked, and Bianca's still better than Bobby on the mic. So overall, though, good night. Some ups, some downs, some stuff that didn't need to happen. But I mean, we got to see Mansoor be a bad guy. We got to figure out the finals for the King of the Ring and the Queen's Crown. Charlotte's last night. So, overall good. I'll give it a good. Wasn't the greatest, but it was easier to watch than a lot of them have been. Which is saying something, because there was a lot of time you're just sitting there scratching your head going, why am I even wasting my breath watching this? So overall good, and we'll see where it goes from there. I appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget to follow along on all the socials, comment away, tell me what you think. Like them, share them, comment on them, and then repeat it with all of them to let me know. Because the more more comments I get, the more feedback I get, the better it is. And if you want to come on here, let me know. I'm always open to have someone on here to sit down and talk with. So we'll see how it goes. I'll be back tomorrow and talk about NXT. And again, either tomorrow night with my feelings on Crown Jewel or Thursday morning. Don't know yet, but you'll find out. You will definitely find out. So appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for listening and watching. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy NXT. See what kind of stuff they come up with on there to hurt people's heads. I appreciate y'all. Again, like, share, comment, and repeat on all the videos. It helps out, helps me out, helps Justin out, helps everything we did to get more eyes and ears on it. And until next time, my friends, enjoy yourselves, be good to each other, enjoy some wrestling, and peace.